Hi dear friends and subscribers, welcome to the Cricket Happening Show as usual. And well, in this Cricket Happening Show, I will take you live to North Sound, Vivian Richards Stadium. Sir Isaac Vivian Alexander Richards Stadium here in North Sound in Antigua, where West Indies and New Zealand are today in their second day's play, which has already begun, and in fact New Zealand have already lost one wicket. Neil Wagner, who was making his debut, was the first victim today. Narine was the bowler, and Narine actually added up one more wicket to his name that he had yesterday. He had 3 wickets yesterday, and today he had the 4th wicket when Wagner on his debut was caught by Sammy on the ball of Narine for 4. Currently, West Indies and New Zealand are 249 for 5 with Kane Williamson not out on 11 and Dean Brownlee keeping him company, not out on 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a brief look at what happened on the first day. It's not a report, probably I'm just going to cover what really happened. Well, it all started for New Zealand with New Zealand winning the toss and electing to bat. This is Neil Wagner, the left-arm pace bowler, actually making his debut. Well, for New Zealand, well, they had a very good partnership. In fact, Daniel Flynn and Martin Guptill really putting their heads down and playing a very playing in the best possible manner and putting up a 97-run partnership. Now, this was what was been lacking for New Zealand, as you know, on this tour, and this openers putting up 97 was really good to see. The contribution coming from Martin Guptill, who played splendidly for 97 with 14 fours and 1 6. Flynn contributed 45 with 7 fours. Brendan McCullum was out for 25 5 fours, and the captain Ross Taylor himself making 45 with 6 fours. In fact, the initiative was all New Zealand till such time. The first wicket to go was at 97, 133 for 2 when Brendan McCullum left, and 223 for 3 when captain Ross Taylor left. Now, the person who did the damage there was Sunil Narine. Sunil Narine, towards the close, took 2 vital wickets to almost even the honours as far as the first day's play was concerned. Because what he did is he picked up 2 vital wickets. First he picked up the wicket of Martin Guptill, then he had the wicket of Daniel Flynn, and not Flynn, it was actually Martin Guptill, and it was Taylor, I suppose. It was Ross Taylor who was bowled by Narine, and when he took those wickets, it suddenly, where New Zealand were having the initiative by almost doing very well, and probably one thought they would be going to close at probably with 3 wickets down, suddenly things changed with Sunil Narine picking up those 2 wickets, and the score became 233 for 4, and right now it's 249 for 5, as I said, and Sunil Narine has been the bowler to talk about. Yesterday he was the one who actually got New Zealand in such a position. In fact, he reduced New Zealand to 233 for 4. As I said, the honours, everything was going New Zealand's way, but West Indies, after picking those 2 wickets, saw to it that the honours were shared on the first day, with New Zealand going to stumps on day 1 at 233 for 4. Sunil Narine right now, his current bowling figures, 35 overs, 9 maidens, 85 runs and 4 wickets. Today, watching him bowl, there is definitely something in the pitch. We could see some of those balls from Narine was really kicking up from a good length spot from already there's a rough created. Now that is some encouraging news for the New Zealand experienced bowler Daniel Vettori. Now Daniel Vettori, what he does is, he's a very experienced bowler. He's a very wily bowler. He knows what to bowl, and I think it would be really a real battle for this West Indies team, because West Indies team, I wouldn't say they're very experienced, barring Chris Gayle and certain other players, but they need to bring in all their experience. Basically, I think this West Indian unit is also looking a bit inexperienced, and they could be fallible against spin, and Daniel Vettori probably might hold the key, because after seeing what Narine has been doing, getting the balls to kick from the rough, even just on the second day, one would get the feeling that Daniel Vettori of New Zealand would have to play a key role in this particular match, because Daniel Vettori, Sunil Narine, probably Daniel Vettori is left-arm spinner, so he basically will be getting the ball to drift into the batsman. For Sunil Narine, being an off-spinner, he gets the ball to drift out, but as far as Daniel Vettori is concerned, he will be bowling with his left-arm trajectory, and the ball might be swerving in. In fact, it might be turning in. So if that is going to be, it's going to be difficult, and if it's going to be bounce, and if you have the closer cordon, that could be something. And as I said, there's a lot of bite on this pitch, and the spinners would definitely get something. After seeing what Sunil Narine has been doing, he has been doing a wonderful job for West Indies, and right now I see New Zealand have just reached the 250 mark. The score has moved on to 250 for 5. Before I go into some live commentary, looking at the bowling figures, Rampal 18 over 6 maidens, none for 34. Kemar Rose bowled well yesterday, 17 over 6 maidens, 1 for 46. He got that wicket of Brendan McCullum. Darren Sammy, none for 45. Samuels bowled 6 overs for 14. The 2 maidens. Fudadian 5 overs, 1 maiden, none for 11. And Narsingh Devnarayan bowled 3 overs, 1 maiden, none for 4. Well, West Indies definitely have lots of spin to look forward to, no doubt about that. In the meanwhile, I'm just trying to refresh the score here and see what exactly is happening here in North Sound in Antigua, as the score has moved out 254 for 5. As Kane Williamson, as I said, he's been looking very good. One of those, as you know, he's a very classic and a stylish player to watch, and you know, he has a very good technique. When he plays the strokes, it's all has a real copybook look, and that's what he did today. He drove 2 balls which was into the covers, and it was a real picture of perfection there. The ball is really going from the middle of the bat, and right now I see Narine bowling Williamson, and Williamson actually gets a beautiful boundary of the bowling of Narine and moves his score on to 15 with 2 boundaries. Dean Brownlee is not out on 5 with 1 boundary, and the New Zealand score right now is 254 for 5. We are in session 1 right now. Now let's look at some cricket news. While I give the commentary, I will also look at have a peek at some cricket news that's making headlines. I'm just trying to see what exactly is making headlines today. Now, as far as news is concerned, we have currently a match which is going on between Bangladesh and Netherlands. Yesterday, as you know, I think it was Scotland who beat Bangladesh. But today, Bangladesh, and in fact, Bangladesh, if you remember, yesterday they had a very good victory over the Netherlands in a match where Tamim Iqbal made a good contribution, and then Mushfiqur Rahim finished it off with 4 sixes of the bowling of Mudassir Bukhari. So today, Bangladesh 128, and we are on the 20th. I think Netherlands are going to a victory here, because they are almost there, because actually Bangladesh made 128 of 20 overs, and Netherlands 127 for 8. We are in the 20th over, 2 more balls to go. So just looking at that, so that is some news which is coming up. And the other than that, well, I mean, I don't think anything. I think probably I should be keeping the commentary going, but let me see whether I can catch up with that Netherlands versus Bangladesh match here, just to give some Netherlands and Bangladesh fans something to talk about. In fact, right now, Vander Gugten has actually cracked the 6 of the bowling of Abdul Razak, and the score is 127 for 8. So Bangladesh were the ones who batted first and made 128 in this 2020 game against Netherlands. For Bangladesh today, again Tamim Iqbal again getting into some form, making 50 runs of 46 balls with 2 fours and 1 6, and contribution coming from Mahmudullah, 41 of 31 balls with 6 fours, and 22 from Ziaur Rahman, who looks to be a good hitter of the ball, 22 of 17 deliveries, 2 fours and 1 6. So Bangladesh ended up with 128 on the board, and currently Netherlands are 127 for 8. So they just require 1 run to actually tie this match. But it's very interesting. There are only 2 more balls to go, and any dot ball will put the pressure on Netherlands, whether you are going to have something like a tie or whether Netherlands are going to win it. As far as Netherlands are concerned, M. Swart was the one who was the highest scorer there, 61 of 49 balls, 4 fours and 2 sixes. Other than that, Baresi, wicketkeeper batsman, made 13 of 18 balls with 2 fours, and 16 coming from Peter Boren of 16 balls, 1 4 and 1 6. We are still waiting as the 20th over is being bowled. In the meanwhile, I will take you down to this match between, we will come back to that later, as in comes Sammy and bowls to Williamson. Williamson this time has hit this ball for a boundary. So there's 1 more boundary. So Williamson is looking very good. In fact, he has 19 right now, and he has 3 fours in that knock, and he's looking very good. As I said, he's looking very solid. His technique is good, and as I said, he's getting the ball to the middle of the bat, which is something which Williamson would relish. and he likes to play his strokes, but he can also play the waiting game. That's what is needed now for New Zealand to get on to a very, very good score here, and that would be important. As a Dean Brownlee, definitely, as we all know about Dean Brownlee, that he can be also a good a person who could really give company to Kane Williamson, and he's also one who would like to occupy the crease, and he does that well. So right now he is not out on 8. Well, dear fans, friends and subscribers, I'm now taking you down to this Netherlands-Bangladesh match to really see whether anything has happened over there, whether the match has gone through. Well, we are still waiting. One does not know what is the reason, but we are still waiting. Yes, Netherlands have won the match finally. In fact, there was real drama there, because what happened was that there was 2 runs to win, 1 run to equal, and 2 runs to win. And well, as I said, there should not be a dot ball, but in fact there was a wicket, as Gupton was LBW ball Abdul Razak for 12, and that made it 1 to equal and 2 to win, and so Bangladesh could still win the match. But unfortunately for Bangladesh, Abdul Razak's ball was square cut by the Netherlands batsman Jami of the last ball of the 20th over for a boundary, and Bangladesh actually losing this match and Netherlands winning this match by 1 wicket. A very close game, and what a game it was. And in the meanwhile, once again I'll take you down to this match between New Zealand versus West Indies, played at North Sound in Antigua. The first test match, Sami comes in and bowls to Brownlee, and Brownlee defends. So the score, so I'm going to leave you, dear fans, with the news here at the centre at North Sound in Antigua in the first test match on the second day, with New Zealand 260 for 5. Currently we are in session 1 with Kane Williamson not out on 18 with 2 fours, Dean Brownlee not out on 8. So it all depends on this particular pair. They have this ability to occupy the crease, and if they can do that well, well, that would be some great news for New Zealand, because what it would do is New Zealand could think of a score of in excess of 400 if both of them could buckle down and play. But well, as I said, Sunil Narine is definitely getting some punches out of the wicket. There is some lot of rough created. The ball is kicking up, and probably Sami might also press in some spinners till to find whether they can get some turn. So well, that is going to be very interesting. But I thought there's a good battle with Kane Williamson and Dean Brownlee, and probably this is a good opportunity for Kane Williamson and Dean Brownlee to really put their heads down and play and stitch together a very, very huge partnership as Drinks comes onto the field. So first hour of play is over, and in the first hour of play, New Zealand have added 27 runs today, and they have lost 1 wicket of Neil Wagner. On this note, dear fans, friends and subscribers, this is your host Ram, returning you back to the studios. See you tomorrow. Thank you.